Hello Manila. I'm Rosalind Lee from Hong Kong. And this is what people expect from a woman in tech who enjoys some boxing and sometimes indulges a bit of beer and cigars. It's a bit hot here in Manila. If I tell the AI about it, it may suggest me to wear a mini skirt to match the occasion and the weather. Well, of course, I prefer these. While these may not match the expectations of some part of the society and may not meet the predictions of the AI, I still prefer these. And these are representations of labels that the society puts on us. The label of what you ought to be. But what is right? In machine learning, in supervised learning in particular, the machine learns to make predictions through a training process called labeling. That is, we have people labeling a large sample size. For example, smiley face and associate with happy. Crying face and label as sad. So through a large enough sample size, the machine would learn to make predictions and associate smiley face with happiness. And you can imagine what would happen if the people label things incorrectly. Well, the machine would actually make wrong predictions. And believe me, I've learned it the hard way when I actually engaged in a Tibetan translation project, where my project at the end translated 4 into 3. So it didn't quite help if I tried to bargain in Tibet. But why does it matter? That is because it is not just about how machine learns. It is also about how our brain works. Think for a second. Why do we know car as car? That is because throughout our learning process, we've learned to associate attributes. A chunk of steel, 4 wheels or 4 big black circles, with some leather seats that is moving as a car. But if we break it down, there doesn't exist an independent object that is called a car. Would we label a toy car as a car? No. We put an additional label toy on top of that. So understanding labels are not permanent is the first step for us to establish our self-confidence. And understanding labels are not the ultimate truth. Car is merely a combination of elements and conditions. And in Buddhism, we refer these as the causes and conditions. Understand these help us to question the power of labels over us. So when people label us or when they judge us, we now understand they are just labels. They are not the comprehensive truth. For example, people often call me stupid and crazy when they found out I've incurred loans and debts trying to pay for my dog's cancer therapy. But guess who is living happily with the dog now? Me, not the others. If we think about the question of self-confidence and self-doubt, often it is because of fear. A fear of how people may think of us. A fear of letting people down. But these are just labels, and labels are not the ultimate truth. So the only fear is the label that we inflict on ourselves. Physiologically speaking, our body experiences fear and excitement the same way. Meaning, the only difference is how our perspective treats these sensations. So we have the ability to label fear and excitement. Our brain has the ability to choose how to label these sensations, just like how we choose to label those smiley face and crying faces. Therefore, label wisely. The second thing is, the worst part about self-doubt is actually judging yourself. Judging yourself for doubting yourself. Like, I shouldn't feel afraid about this, I shouldn't fear about that. But knowing self-doubt is actually fine and normal. Just observe what it is. They are just the sensations. They are just your emotions. There's no right nor wrong. So I'm not trying to label this moment, but can I get some applause here? Thank you. So having these two principles in mind actually helped me to feel invincible. Let me get you an example. So 1 week before my most recent boxing match, I feel so afraid and fear. I was afraid, what if I freeze in the ring? What if I forget how to punch? What if I can't see the punches coming? What if I let my coaches and my friends down? What will happen? But then I also remember one of the research experiments I performed at Imperial College London, that a 3-minute mindfulness practice would help to reduce your biased decision under a stressful situation. Therefore, I gave it a go. I observed my feelings, acknowledged their existence without putting labels on them. There's no right nor wrong. And then I kind of reframed my fear into excitement. That is, instead of saying I'm afraid of something, I'm actually excited about going into the ring. I'm excited to show off my boxing skills. I'm so excited to show that I will not freeze in the ring. And I'm so excited to show off my footwork. Like now. And I felt the immersive energy within me. That is, the self-confidence. And of course, at the end, I won. Otherwise, I wouldn't be sharing this, right? Now, when I say have self-confidence and believe in yourself, I didn't mean just to walk onto the traffic and think, oh, I've transcended the concept of cars. You still have to look both ways. But instead of cursing and giving middle fingers to the car, just acknowledge cars, red lights, and green lights are all just part of life. It's absolutely fine. They're just labels. Labels are just for communication. They are not the ultimate truth. So today we have talked about how not to superglue your labels on yourself and not to glue them on others. May we all be champions in our life, and thank you.